Good evening, fiends, and welcome to another episode of Sinister Parlor Podcast. I'm Zombie Barbie with my always awesome and amazing and incredible co-host, the one and only Bud Vino.
Rhiannon, Nicole, and Bud Vino, the dynamic duo, the last day of 2020, Rhiannon. And how excited are we, my friends? New Year's Day coming up here. And I think maybe when we release the show, it's going to be New Year's.
It will be.
It will be. So we'll be in 2021, my friends.
Shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, see you later, that little bitch 2020. In 2021, here we come, right, Rhiannon?
Yep. New year, new us.
Yeah, I gotta say too before we start, I've missed you so much. It's so nice to be back on the air with you.
No.
I love you, kid. And for those wondering, Rhiannon and I have been very, very busy. That's the delay in shows.
Yeah.
Which is a wonderful and blessed problem to have, Rhiannon. Rhiannon's been a mover and a shaker, flying everywhere, doing videos and movies and book stuff, and she's a busy girl.
Yes.
And I've been very busy myself, and we continue daily, Rhiannon. We both look forward to our daily dose of Bud and Rhiannon. Keep empowering each other. And Rhiannon, we've been very blessed throughout the year, and I feel so blessed, I'll say, as we get started, to be doing this with you. We're the best in the business, my friend, and there's no one else in the world, in the universe, and all the universes combined, all the stars, everything out there, who I would rather be doing this with. I love you. Thank you for 2020.
Yes.
And 2021 is going to be, again, we say all the time, living our dream, baby.
Hell yeah. Yep. I'm so blessed and grateful for you too. I love you so much. And even though show-wise, we've been taking a break, all the holidays too, it's like one after another. It's like, oh my gosh. But it's like, It never stops. We talk all day long. Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. I feel very blessed in that. I know we both look forward to our messages in the morning. I know one of us will get a hold of the other one by the morning with some sort of something funny or some sort of show idea or just a, hey, I love you, I want to let you know that. And that's what's so special about our relationship, because what people see is what it is.
Yeah.
And I know for you and I, it wouldn't work otherwise. We're very real, and we can't. You'd very much be able to tell with us if there was any sort of riff, which wouldn't be with us. I just mean in reference to, we can't fake it till we make it.
Yeah.
We just happen, we're real till we make it.
Yeah.
And that's why it works. So, but yeah, it's a hell of an adventure with you, my friend. And you know what it is too, kid? Is that, we have this. It's like when your partner in crime, which you are, when we do this show with me, they're just as excited for each other's success. Like, I love seeing you succeed because I love you and I know that for you. And so when we do it together, it's just as sweet, if not sweeter.
Yeah.
When we're arm in arm, we're like, yeah, let's do this. And we've been so blessed in this past year, the guests we've had. And we're going to go over that a little, Rhiannon, too. I know we're going to thank some people out there, some past guests we've had. We've only had 10 guests so far. That we've been doing this for a few months now. And I was looking at this list, Rhiannon, all 10 of them are absolutely effing unreal. Actually, we've had 9 guests. Excuse me. Mr. Chris Duran, Michael Myers, did 2 shows with us. So, yeah. So we have had those 9, and all of them have been absolutely amazing, and we both maintain relationships.
Yeah.
And I feel so blessed with these people after the show, and I've learned so much more about these people and seeing everyone we've had on who will mention, again, is just as authentic behind the scenes as they are in front. It's the same person. That's what I love about the community, the horror community. And just in general, it's just very real. And these people have been, and our future guests are too. Excited.
Yeah, well, it's like it's never seemed. You know how sometimes with celebrities or whatever, there's some that just super suck. We haven't had one where we've been like, oh man, that wasn't fun. Like, they've all been so amazing and so just great, gracious to come on. And it's like a lot of them were an honor too. It's like, oh my gosh, like, this is insane, so cool, and so much fun.
I couldn't. Well, that's the thing too. We have so much fun. It takes me forever. Rhiannon can tell you. I literally have to take cold showers sometimes after. And it's funny, but Rhiannon knows it's not a joke.
Yeah, no, it's true.
He knows my whole routines and all my stuff. So, but no, I couldn't agree more. And I'm proud to say, and keeping in contact with all these people too, wishing, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. I mentioned Chris Duran, who I've gotten to know different people over the years, doing hundreds, literally, of different shows, and I'm very blessed. Chris Duran, in particular, has become a very, very dear friend, as you know, Leanne.
Yeah.
These sort of things you don't necessarily expect at all. You just kind of hit it off with some people, the way life works, and I feel very blessed because Chris, and for the few that might be watching that don't know, Michael Myers in H2O and Ghostface in Scream 2, he's done everything. Look up his bio. But he's also one of the most humble men in the world.
Yes.
And one of the most loving, caring, sarcastic pricks in the world, right, Chris?
So funny, too, yeah.
Yeah, in a very great way. And he's very talented. He does woodworking. He's very in tune with nature. He's an amazing writer. And that's where I feel so blessed, because he's assisted me with a lot of things when it comes to writing and just ideas and opening up and really letting go in terms of being me, even with the show. And those are sort of relationships, like I said, we talked about you and I. Same sort of thing, myself and John Mondu. I always say, too, Rand, I didn't make this up, but if you always have to wonder where you stand with someone, it might be time to stop standing and start walking. And I don't deal with people where I wonder.
Yeah.
And so the group that I have, that includes Chris, I don't wonder. And so, again, as you said, we've been blessed. And, the list will go down of people. It's amazing.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, and even with me and you, it's like it rarely happens, but if we don't talk for like a day or so, we're not like, oh my God, is he mad at me? Oh my God, is something going on? Like, we totally know, okay, he's either got a migraine or he's tired or he's not feeling good. And then I'm like, do you have a migraine? Yeah. Oh, me too. It's like we're, I said, we're synced. We're so fucking synced. I've never had that. It's insane. Yeah.
Well, again, back to the, if you got to wonder where you stand, we never do.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing. And my crew, my circle is so small, it might as well be a dot. And I'm proud to say you're part of that. But none of the people I want, I'm too old to wonder.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm too old for sweet nothings and foreplay games. I can't, I don't have time for it. So, I like to get that stuff out of the way real quick. Yeah. I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we mentioned Chris Duran. For the second show, Rhiannon, we had Mr. Larry Zerner.
Yes. Everybody knows him too.
Part 3 fame, 1982. And as I mentioned, Mr. Zerner was one of my very first, big name interviews. In around 2015, 16. And he was right away one of the most, I was nervous, in terms of, not just because of, movies, but me and my affinity for Friday the 13th movies and horror movies, but Friday the 13th movies in particular, and Part 3 has always been my favorite. Close with 4 and things like that, but 3 for some reason, I think maybe it was reaching for 4. And also, the affable, lovable Shelley Finkelstein, a.k.a. Larry Zerner. And Larry was obviously so awesome right off the start. It really threw me off because he was so cool.
Yeah.
And he came on the show I did years ago, and then he came on this one. He's just a real down-to-earth guy, and really appreciative of people that are thankful for, what he's done. And I had sent him a message a while back to make him blush. But just thanking him for being him and who he is and what he gave me growing up, because that entertainment. He's a humble guy like Larry goes, oh, no, that's nothing. It's nothing. I said, no, Larry, it is something, and you're going to hear it.
Yep.
Whether you like it or not, brother, you made a huge mark, and I love you, and I'm thankful for you.
Yeah.
And again, he was another one. To tell those behind-the-scenes stories, Randall, that we get to hear and our viewers get to hear and see, I feel blessed, because we like to pull stories out too, Randall, that maybe a lot of these people have done tons of, obviously, movies and documentaries. So we try to pull out maybe stuff that no one else has, talked to them about, or something new that we can learn too. So it's not just as repetitive. And I believe we've done that.
I was just going to say repetitive too. But I know. It's like, we try to make it different. And it's just, I really like hearing, it's like, you see these movies and stuff, but I love hearing the behind the scenes and how was it working with this person and how long did it take and how shitty were the circumstances, how good were the circumstances. I love hearing all of that stuff because it's so just enthralling to know what it's like on the movie sets. And especially back when, it was like 80s and stuff, because we've come such a long way on how we make movies that it's cool to see the differences in, then and now.
Absolutely. And I was thinking when you were saying that too is, the documentaries for Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street that Dan Farron's directed. I believe Never Sleep Again. Was that the... And then
I think so, yeah.
Crystal Lake Memories. And I think it's Never Sleep Again and Crystal Lake Memories. And I reached out to Dan Farron's. I'm going to try and keep trying to get you on, Mr. Farron's.
Oh, yeah.
Because those two documentaries, for the few that might not have seen those, are a wonderful look behind the scenes. Deeper than anything you've ever seen, and more descriptive, and with more interviews than you've ever seen, done in such a great way. So yeah, you and I are both big fiends of that sort of thing, and trivia, and movie goofs, or things like that. So yeah, I'm going to keep bugging Mr. Farron's.
Yeah,
to come on here. So we'll see what we can do in the future about getting Mr. Dan Farron's on here.
Definitely, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, and Rhiannon, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our guest number 3, Professor Slash Jamie Nash. The man, the myth, the legend.
Badass. Yeah, he was so cool too. And Jay Saunders, I want to thank Jay Saunders for setting that up. That was such a great interview, and he's such an amazing person and so talented. So that was fun.
Yeah, he is. And we enjoyed some banter after we taped the show. And he's really funny. He's a pretty deep guy.
Yeah.
And he also has a sense of humor, too. He's one of those guys I spoke with after the show, too, about not losing that childlike wonder. And Ken Arnold, we'll get to Ken, too.
Oh, gosh.
Don't worry, Mr. Night Watchman, we're going to get to you, too. We talked about that pretty extensively after the show, and I believe on the show, too. And I think that's what, I always say, too, I said to my son the other day, my youngest son, I said, you're going to grow up, but never lose that childlike part of you that enjoys joke. He and I joke, we laugh, joke, till our guts hurt. I said, never lose this joy. You're going to grow higher and become an adult and do adult things, but life is about this laughter. Life is about experience. Life is about meeting different people and learning how they do it and listening to other people and taking it all in and feeling blessed. And again, Rhiannon, we say all the time, grateful.
Yeah.
We've said that even when we're at our lowest times, just on a personal level, when you and I talk. At 3 in the morning at times.
Yeah.
Sometimes either of us are in tears or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's how much we love each other. And we always say that. Because, it's one of those things, okay, we both try to do that. Okay, let's put this in reality. We're pretty fucking lucky.
Yes.
And that's how we keep getting out. And when we do have those slight moments of doubt or sadness, that's what you do, is be grateful for what is. And that childlike wonder. Keep living it, keep loving it, keep laughing.
Yeah.
Laughing is a beautiful thing. So we try to keep that prevalent here on Sinister Parlor Podcast.
Hell yeah.
But Professor Slash Jamie Nash was awesome. He was a lot of fun.
He'd laugh every time you said that too. Professor Slash, he's like...
yeah. I try to do it real subtly to try and make it slip it in there and see him laugh just to get through. I love that. That was such an awesome moment of the show, one of many.
Yeah.
But he was, again, all the people we've interviewed, too, have been very easy. And you know why, too, is because they're real authentic and just fun-loving people.
Yeah, we've gotten lucky.
Except for Chris Duran, then, sure.
God, I know, jeez.
I can't wait till he hears it.
We had him on twice.
Oh, yeah, he's such a, the arrogance. To demand to come on twice.
I know, what the hell? Yeah. And we're like, okay, I guess.
God, Chris. Michael Myers. What movie were you in again?
God, who was that?
No, we always joke out on a personal level too. Because Chris again is the most humble guy in the world. So I'll send him those old Seinfeld. I'm Keith Hernandez. Because come on, kids, or I'm Keith Hernandez. I can do anything, so I'll send those to Chris. Come on. And I'll say, come on, Chris, you can do anything. You're Chris Duran. He has a great sense of humor like that, too. And again, he's an awesome, humble guy.
Yeah.
And as we said, Professor Slash, and then for the 4th show, and we're going to ramble around with different guests we've been on, but
of course.
We had amazing guests for our 4th guest, Rhiannon, after we did a couple of reviews of 31 and Freddy versus Jason. And that is the lovely and beautiful, talented, sensual Mr. Ken Arnold. No, I'm kidding. Miss Ming Ballard.
Oh, Ming. I love her so much. She's so fun.
She is the best. Ming Ballard, for the few again that might not know out there, go check it out. Vampire, the silliest vampire movie ever made on Amazon Prime. It's worth the watch.
Totally worth it. I love it.
Yeah, and we love Ming on a personal level too. We talk to Ming every now and again too, and we're always pulling for each other.
Yeah. And
Ming just landed herself a nice role. I won't get too much more into that.
Mm-hmm.
But she announced it on Facebook, and we'll have Ming on again too to talk more about that.
Yeah, I can't wait.
She's such a sweetheart.
And her heart is just incredible. She's an empath.
Oh, you and I have said she puts out a lot of energy in a beautiful way.
Yeah.
You can feel it. So yeah, check out Vampire, the silliest vampire movie ever made. Miss Ming Ballard. And who did we have on the very next week? I believe I am paraphrasing myself when I say two of the most badass guests this show has ever seen, from Bad Candy, Scott Henson, and Desiree Connell.
Yes, so talented. They are so, like I had said, I believe in the interview, I've been watching him for a long time because we had a mutual friend back in the day. And so like I've just seen where he started and where he is now. And then you put those two talents together because she's way high up there too. I mean, she does everything. And to see them just come together and make this like incredible movie and to see how their dynamic is, it's awesome. I can't wait to see the movie.
Robin Sherry-ish. I love it.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, well, both couples that succeed when they have each other's backs. Yeah. So when you see that, they're pulling for each other, and they're both, as you said so well, they're both so immensely talented. And Bad Candy, we're looking forward to that very soon.
Yes.
And from the news that I read recently, and I know you did too, Rand, I think it'll be sooner rather than later.
Oh, I hope so.
And we're hopeful for that, absolutely. And for those who haven't seen the trailer or the other clips that are out there for the movie Bad Candy, directors Scott Hansen and Desiree Connell, go check it out. It's absolutely mind-blowing. As a fake old catchphrase once said, it won't just scare you, it'll F you up for life. And I said to Scott, too, Scott, I'm looking forward to seeing Bad Candy versus Halloween Kills. Or Halloween, Returns, in 2021.
Yeah.
So, who knows what we might see in the future.
Well, their awards, man. They're getting so many awards. They are posting award after award every day almost, it seems. I mean, it's getting crazy. Some steam.
They're going to need, Scott and Desiree out there, you're going to need another couple of shelves or cabinets or maybe a whole separate room for all these awards you guys are getting.
Mm-hmm.
Well deserved, I know. And we talked about the cinematography and their eye for things.
Yeah.
And the colors, the really crisp. It's just honestly beautifully shot from what we've seen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In a really deviant, freakish, nightmarish, beautiful plot.
Yep. Yeah.
Which we're excited about too, yeah.
Yeah, and Corey Taylor's in the trailer. Everybody loves Corey Taylor.
My buddy John Lundu, he's a gushing teenager when he hears the name Corey Taylor. We'll try and get Corey on in the future too.
That'd be awesome.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get him on there. Certain people, it's funny. And I'm going to mention in a little bit a guest that we're going to be having come on, because speaking of gushing teenagers, my mother-in-law was a gushing teenager that I mentioned.
Ooh, that's awesome.
And that was fun. And my in-laws were excited about this, and I am too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll mention who it is at the end of the show. I got a chance to talk to this gentleman for a while last night, Rhiannon.
Yes.
For about an hour or so total.
Mm-hmm.
And a wonderful man. And I'm like I said with Sandy Johnson, Miss Judith Myers, pinching myself. So, yeah, Rhiannon. So, we mentioned Chris Duran because he came on the Halloween show, and then after Chris, we had on a couple of guys. Now, these two guys, man, they're pretty cool guys.
Fuck yeah, they are.
What were their names again? Mitch Wilson and some guy named Todd Jenkins.
What the hell? Who are those guys?
Knuckle Bones and Cherokee Creek.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, two of the most badass people ever.
Yep. They were fun. Todd's always fun. That was the first time I had met Mitch, and he's freaking amazing. He was a lot of fun. But Todd is always so fun. And he's just always got that energy, and he's always just rearing to go, and he's hilarious. And his laugh is contagious.
He's a very genuine dude too. We'll give a shout out again to Mitch Wilson. Love you, Mitch. And
Yes.
And Todd. I've gotten to know Todd since the show, and I knew you knew him before. You always spoke so highly of him,
Mm-hmm.
and I can see now why you did. He is the same dude as he was on the show when you talked to him behind the scenes, and he again is a very, and you can speak on this too, Randy. He's a very humble guy.
Oh yeah.
And he just has fun. He's a little cooped up because of Corona right now, which a lot of us are.
Yeah.
So hopefully Todd finds this humorous and gets a smile out of hearing us talk about him. Mm-hmm. And I already told Todd that we're going to have him back on the show, and he agreed to that.
Yay.
Todd has some big news for 2021, and I won't let the cat out of the bag yet on that.
Mm-hmm.
But when we have him back on, we'll announce that. And he has been a busy little beaver as well.
Mm-hmm.
Going everywhere, and he's pretty sought after, and he's amazingly talented, as is Mitch Wilson. And for those of you who haven't seen Knucklebones,
watch it.
Yes, I have not. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, and I still am embarrassed about that. But my wife, we're very blessed because whenever we have people on, we usually get if the movie's done or whatever it is, we usually get cuts of it. And so we're really blessed so we can view it. So we have usually a library of movies. We sometimes we're blessed to see before anybody, except for people that hate them. Yeah. But my wife, we had a copy of Knucklebones, and Allison started watching it, and she never came unglued till it was done. And and she started watching it on her phone, and she was so into it. She watched the whole thing on her phone, like sitting in bed, and it effed her up in a good way. She came out, and she was like, "Wow, that was really good, though." She loved it. So I had to tell Mitch and Todd that, obviously.
Yeah.
Right after.
Yeah.
It's definitely from what my wife says and other people I've seen online too. And I have to watch that. And Cherokee Creek.
Cherokee Creek. Oh man, I cannot recommend that one enough. I have seen that so many times. I've even showed it to my dad. I'm like, all right, I own it, but I've rented it probably 4 or 5 times because it's so good. And Todd's one of those ones where Todd and Billy Blair. They're both ones that I watch their acting because they are so natural and it just flows. And when they're together, it's like, it's seamless. It is perfect. And so I watch all of that. And then when we hear about the behind the scenes of how, I guess, not so easy it was to do, it's freaking flawless. Like you'd never know there were any issues at all. Right.
Well, yeah. And with people like you said, with Todd and people like that, when you get to know them behind the scenes and they're really good people, you really root for them too, don't you? Like you're like, oh yeah, because you're like, you want to see. That's why I push good people. I'll push their stuff, and people, the aforementioned people that we've discussed, have all had really good people, and Mitch and Todd as well. And so we're excited. We'll put the invitation out there to Mitch too. You got to come back on. So we got to bust Mitch up a little bit more. And then Rhiannon, we've mentioned this. Wonderful man already, and how sensual and beautiful he is. Mr. Ken Arnold from The Night Watchman and a variety of other things. Ken is a cool cat.
Yeah, he is. He's a fucking badass. I love Ken. He's so fucking funny.
We're definitely going to have Ken on again.
Yeah.
He has a massive sense of humor, too. You're right. He is hilarious. Ken's usually one of those dudes, when I talk with him, you can usually count on some sort of response that's going to make you laugh. And he usually likes to make fun of himself sometimes. We all seem to do that. Chris likes to do that. I like to do that.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing when you can have the confidence enough, or seemingly the confidence enough to make fun of yourself. Or maybe it's the lack of confidence. I don't know. But we're definitely going to have Mr. Ken on again. He was awesome.
Yeah. The Night Watchman. Everybody's got to watch The Night Watchman. So Cherokee Creek, Knucklebones, and Night Watchman. Biggest movie. And Jamie Nash is connected to The Night Watchman. So it's like...
And Vampire as well.
Vampire as well.
Vampire, yeah. Oh, you mean all those kind of connected movies?
Yeah. Yep, they're all connected in a way.
These guys all roll in a big pack. You got to look out for these guys. They roll in a crew, man.
Yeah. Like
bunch of badass. And we'll get back to Ken Arnold too, because again, we're going to have Ken on again.
Yes.
Whether he likes it or not, we're going to have Ken on again. Then, Rhiannon, our second to last guest of the year was a wonderful man named Eric.
Yep.
Mr. Eric Porn.
We had so much porn on that show, it was insane.
Oh, I was waiting to see which one of us was going to break the porn cherry. And it was Rhiannon. Nice job. That show, for folks, we're going to have Eric on again, too. Behind the scenes, Rhiannon will concur. He's a really good, one of the nicest guys you ever want to talk to.
Yeah. He's cool as shit. Special effects.
Yes. Yeah, he's done a ton. He's done Teen Wolf for MTV. He did from Paranormal 2 to 4, I believe, Rhiannon.
Yeah, he did a couple of them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Paranormal Activity.
Mm-hmm. The Wretched. He was one of the main makeup artists on The Wretched. And if you guys have seen that, that's another indie film. Their special effects were fucking incredible. There's some scary ass parts in there, and it's just badass. And seeing it behind the scenes, like when he would post stuff or the Wretched page would post it, it's like, holy shit, that's cool.
Yeah, and for folks that haven't seen any of these shows, they're all on the Sinister Caller podcast list, all over everywhere, and you can see them on YouTube and everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But the Eric Porn show, and as we said then, thank goodness he had a sense of humor. And did he ever? And that's what I knew we were in trouble when he started, again, making fun of his own name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew what kind of show it was going to be when he started talking about his junk. And then he gets, like, it draws unfair expectations.
Yeah.
Well, I knew right away. So we're in some awesome trouble here. Yeah. Go check that show out for the folks who haven't. There's a lot of porn in that show.
So yeah, so much porn.
It's nothing really. Honestly, it is porn from beginning to end.
Yeah, we never of it.
Straight porn. That Mr. Eric Porn has some stamina because he went for like an hour, like straight.
Yeah.
He barely broke a sweat.
He's so relaxed.
I don't know if he lit a cigarette after the show, but we did. It was that damn good.
Oh man.
Yeah, so cool. we'll definitely have Eric on again, Mr. Porn. He's great too, as Rhiannon said. Go check out some of his work.
Mm-hmm.
And we knew we'd like him too. On top of his sense of humor, he says the big Tom Savini fan. It's a lot of us just are inspiration from the master, Mr. Tom Savini. And if Mr. Savini's watching out there, we'll get you on too soon.
I hope so.
Be a dream too.
Yeah.
And these should keep coming true, Rhiannon, because if you had told me, I won't even get into it. If you had told me I'd be doing this shit and interviewing these people that I grew up idolizing and would be getting a hold of people and people would be getting a hold of us to come on and it's really mind blowing. But it speaks again to when you're doing something that you love
mm-hmm.
and you're authentic with it and quite frankly fucking the best at it.
Mm-hmm.
It draws people, and it's that genuine innate love, Rhiannon. People are drawn to love. And we got that. And we had a lot of love. Oh, a lot of love with Mr. Porn. A lot of porn love, yeah. So we'll have him on again soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
artist too. He's an artist as well. A painter who paints and draws. He's fucking incredible.
Yeah, he's amazing. And I know there's something else about Mr. Pornography that I'm forgetting.
Pornography.
but if I remember it, it'll pop up.
Yeah.
Porn. When you're thinking about porn, things come up. So, yeah, then our last guest reading. And last does definitely not mean least, because our last recording of the year was with, again, I mentioned it earlier, Judith Myers herself from Halloween 1978 from John Carpenter, Miss Sandy Johnson.
Yep.
Playboy Playmate of the Year for June 19...
I don't know.
See that? What I could have done right there is if you said it, I could have said, "Oh, good, Rhiannon, I was testing you," and I could have looked smart. But since you didn't know it,
yeah,
it was June, and it was
73 or 78. I thought you said.
I think it was like around 78, 79, something like that.
Yeah.
But she was also honored too, if you saw, with Playboys. They have like a all-star cast playmates and things, and she was listed as one of the, I don't know, the Playmate All-Stars or whatever. And she's a wonderfully sweet person. Again, for folks that haven't seen it, go watch the show. But behind the scenes, talking to her, I talked to her the other day, and sent her a Happy New Year, and she's always so sweet.
Yeah, she's very
And
nice.
so gracious. And, and she's still very much in the business, and she's very interactive with her fans. And for all the people out there, too, if you're looking for any of these actors and or directors or artists, they're all on IMDb. Go ahead, Rhiannon.
IMDb.
IMDb. Thank you.
International Movie Database.
Oh,
I'm on there, too.
Yeah. I always tongue-tie myself with that, Rhiannon. I probably always will. Thank you. See, that again, Rhiannon, when I always talk about, I always say, neither one of us will ever, I said, Rhiannon, what did I say in the beginning? I said, you're never going to fall because I'll always catch you.
Yep.
And look, you just caught me.
Yeah.
Right there. You caught me, Rhiannon.
Fuck yeah.
And I hope I didn't hurt your arms because over the holidays I've gained some weight.
I'm strong.
You are. You're a badass Chiquita. So yeah, and speaking of badass, again, Sandy Johnson, what a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And again, so nice. she's doing work right now, and all these people are very active still. Again, when I thought of active, I thought of Mr. Eric Bourne.
He's active every day.
Anything that would even be remotely sexual, or you could make sexual, I put in with Mr. Eric Bourne.
Yeah.
I have all these things ready for when he comes back on. I'll tell him, Eric, I've been waiting like 6 months for some of these porn jokes to use with you again.
Yeah.
It's been killing me.
He probably likes to be used. He's in so much porn,
Yeah, of course. And I'll be real rough with him because he made me wait. I'll have a lot of pent up energy, man. And I would grab his hair, but he doesn't have any, so I'm gonna have to grab the sides of his beautiful bald head.
His ears. You can grab his ears.
Yeah, I gotta grab his ears. There you go. Yeah,
oh,
yeah. We've been so blessed, Rand.
Yeah.
Really. And again, these folks, we honestly thank you guys out there, all the guests that we've mentioned. We love you guys, and I know we've said it behind the scenes, but thank you so much.
Yes.
It's been a hell of a fun year so far for Sinister Father Podcast. We have so much in the works too for the show. Mm-hmm. This year coming up, and again, I'm just blown away with everything we have going on, and you and I know where everything's going. It's a beautifully wonderful thing.
Yes, we got
and
some
one of those
plans.
Yeah, and one of those beautiful things, as I mentioned, we're going to have a big guest on. And if I could, Rhiannon, I'll mention him now.
Yeah, definitely, go for it.
We're going to have on. We're taping with this gentleman about a week and a half, if that. And his name is Mr. Butch Patrick, and he was Eddie Munster.
Yes.
In the Munsters for about 70-plus episodes. Yeah, he was on Bonanza. Mr. Patrick has done it all, including overcome some pretty rough periods in his life. And he's come out the badass that he is. I had the good fortune of speaking with Mr. Patrick last night, Rhiannon. I was getting all the details worked out. And already, what a wonderful man. It's amazing to me, again, so gracious, so humble. And I am so excited and honored to have Mr. Patrick on, Rhiannon, as I know you are.
Me too. I was obsessed with the Munsters when I was little, so it's like, everybody watched normal shows, and the Munsters was my show. I even have a lunchbox still. It's got my makeup in it, but it's my Munsters lunchbox. I have like a little mirror, like a, what do you call it, like a makeup mirror, Munster. Like, I loved the Munsters.
Yeah, and me too. The irony, I was just showing Mason probably a week ago. Pluto had like Pluto, that free TV they have or whatever, Vizio or whatever.
Never used
they have different channels that'll have like a whole Three's Company channel, and it was just the month.
Shit.
So I was telling him about, again, we talk about LOA.
Yeah.
I was talking with him about the Munsters, telling him all about it, and he enjoyed it because of the humor in it, My mother-in-law is blowing me a kiss as I record this. Love you, Mom. I was just about to tell everybody out there, and I was actually organically going to go into this, and my mother-in-law walked right out here. But I was mentioning Butch Patrick, who was also in a show called Bonanza. And my mother-in-law was like a teenager. It was like the Brady Bunch movie with all the older people that were flipping out over Davy Jones, and all the young kids didn't know why.
Yeah.
She was a huge fan. Bonanza was her favorite show. Again, so Law of Attraction. So she's so excited for Mr. Patrick to come on. And she's going to be like that fawning teenager.
Aww.
So, and she told me that she actually she sent away like the Hollywood when she was younger. I said to her earlier, I was busting her chuckles. what, about 1918?
Oh,
She
no.
sent away to the thing in Hollywood, and it had like all the actors supposedly signed it, and she used the word supposedly. I believe it. She's kept it because I've been her son-in-law for 15 years. Mm-hmm. So she, so I tell her to question everything. So, but she has like Michael Landon, all these signatures on it.
Oh,
so
shit, yeah.
I told her, and I don't know if it has Mr. Patrick's signature, but either way, I told her, I said, well, you got to bring that over before the recording, and she's going to. I'm a hold of that. So my mother's an excited teenager. She's so excited for the show, Mr. Patrick, and she's saying goodbye to me. Mama, I love you. He's saying, kisses. Let me know when you get home so I know you're safe. Thank you. I love you. And tell Pop to watch the show, too, because my father-in-law's his generation, too. Yes. So what do you have?
Her beautiful earrings that she made me.
Oh, yes, she's holding up your earrings, yes. Mama. My mother-in-law made Rhiannon those beautiful earrings.
They're skulls. They're fucking gorgeous.
Skulls. And I was going to wear them, but they were a little too big on me. So I didn't get any. But yes, those are my mother-in-law's work because we all love Rhiannon.
Yes, they're so
pretty. Yeah. So the timing was great. Love you, Mama. Be safe and watch the show. And make sure you share it with all your friends.
Yeah.
And you can fawn and drool all over Mr. Patrick.
Yes. And her jewelry is called Random Acts of Art.
Yes. Very talented, my mother-in-law.
They're gorgeous.
And she's a very loving lady. And she's a saint because I've been with her daughter for almost 15 years. And she's still upright, and so am I. But I'm very lucky. She is one of the sweetest. She's been more of a mother to me than anyone in my life, and she's very nurturing, and she's a wonderful mother-in-law, a wonderful mother, and a wonderful grandmother, as is my father-in-law. They're very, I'm blessed. I'm really blessed. Mm-hmm. I really have been blessed in this life, and there are two people that I'm blessed by. So,
well, you have the best wife in the world.
Oh, without question.
Yeah.
I mean, I forgot about her. No, yeah, definitely.
Who's that?
I am so fortunate. Yeah, she's my ride or die baby, my baby Alice. Now, thank her with this new year coming up. Thank you for being born, baby, as I always say. But she is. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do anything that I've done without her. And she's been with me through the worst of the worst years ago. Mm-hmm. And she's ridden right up with me, which is exactly what she deserves for sticking with me and by me we're pushing 2 decades now. She deserves it. So yeah, I've got a lot of great people in my life, including Allison, including Rhiannon Nicole as well. You might have met her, Zombie Barbie. She's a really sweet girl.
Who's that bitch? No, okay.
I don't know if you'd like her, Zombie. I think you'd cut her, but she might put up a good fight. She'd probably cut you back.
Yeah, I would.
So yeah, absolutely, she would. And I know that Rhiannon and I would bleed people out for each other in front of an audience.
Yep.
That's the way it goes. I want to keep riding or dying.
Hell yeah.
And we're going to have an awesome New Year, Rhiannon. And we have, on top of Mr. Patrick, we're negotiating and dealing with saying hello to my buddy Mace, my best bud. And we're working out some details with some future guests, too. Mm-hmm. After Mr. Patrick, and I'm so excited about that too. And we've got some great things coming up, Rhiannon.
Yeah.
For 2021, and for really honestly, the first time since I can remember, I'm honestly excited to get the fuck out of 2020.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's so weird too, because like flying by ever since October, it seems like it's just really been flying by.
I couldn't agree more. It seemed, and I think that's where it was with like even the show delays. And we were so busy. It's like, how are we even? Is it really like Friday already? Like, how is this going to go on so fast?
Yeah.
And as you said with the holidays, those little holiday things I forgot to mention on top of it.
Yeah. Yep. And then some, like mine, like blended families and stuff. Going here and here and here and here, and working and trying to do this and trying to do that, and then going and filming and trying to plan these upcoming trips and going. It's like, oh my gosh, we just had to breathe for a bit, we were just so busy, and it's like, if we don't, the show's not going to be what it is.
Well, and that was the thing, too. We had a couple of different opportunities we were going to go, and Rhiannon and I are very much in tune, and if one of us is off, the other one can feel it, and if it's not right, it doesn't mean the stars have to align perfectly, but if there's a certain amount of energy and we can feel it, we will not put something out that we know is not going to be the energy that we can deliver and we would want to deliver. So we would rather, with quality over just quantity, putting things out there. And it's worked for us in the past, and it'll keep working for us in the awesome future.
Yeah. You had me at Doomhead a year ago.
That's what it was. That's what it was, Doomhead. And we will mention Mr. Richard Brake, because Mr. Brake, we're going to get you on this show.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was. That was the beginning of our beautiful relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Rhiannon said, wait a minute. You love 31's Doomhead? And I said, don't tell me that you do too. And we both said yes, and then out of nowhere, this music went, and we knew that in Doomhead we trust.
Yep. In Doomhead
and we knew that it was going to work.
Yeah. We're just like spitting all these quotes back and forth.
Well, Rhiannon, we have to get Doomhead on too, because Johnny Mondu told me that he was going to bring up his popcorn machine. John, did I send you that picture? Oh yeah, remember I tagged you in this cover photo? There was a popcorn machine. Well, he had actually it was a picture of Doomhead and how everybody loves popcorn.
Uh-huh.
But if you go on John's page, he had refurbished this old school popcorn machine.
Oh shit, that'd be a good
right around the time of when we did the review of 31. I said, John, and I know he'll do that. John and I have known each other. We grew up together in Brook Village and Nashville. We know each other. John will bring that up. I know he'll be excited to do it. But I told him, Mr. Brake, we got to get you up here because I'm going to put that popcorn machine and have popcorn popping, and I'm going to be eating copious amounts of it.
That'd be so cool.
So we have to have, I'm going to be throwing popcorn at the screen at myself, everything. Yeah, so we got to have him on because my friend John has that whole popcorn machine. I don't want it to go to waste, in terms of me, because I'm selfish.
Mm-hmm.
And John's been making a lot of good popcorn, so I'm going to have him making blood red popcorn, and he'll be able to do it.
He can do that?
Oh, Johnny can do everything.
Oh,
Johnny can do everything. There's nothing Johnny can't do.
That's awesome.
I learned that when I was 4.
When I was 4.
Yeah. Oh yeah, John and I have been doing dirt together since we were in preschool.
Aww.
Yeah, ice and candy together and sticking in each other's pockets, covering up. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, John's an awesome guy. John, he's a beautiful man. He's my brother, and I love him. And,
huge supporter. Huge supporter of the show.
And as far as people go, they don't make him better than John Mondu. Let me tell you that. This guy is a friend. He's more than a friend. He's family, as we say. He circles like a dot. I'm proud to say Johnny's part of that family. They always will be.
Yeah.
So we rocked it in 2020, and we're going out in 2021 and kicking some ass. And Rhiannon, I had to mention a couple people too. Number one, Sam Fowler out there. He's still doing YouTube videos, and Sam Fowler's a big supporter of our show, and he gives us numerous shout-outs all the time. Mm-hmm. And people out there, go check out his channel, and he does a lot of he has different card reviews, he does older baseball cards. He has a huge collection, and he's a big movie buff too, so he does different things like that. He does a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. So I'll give a shout out to Sam Fowler. I talked to him yesterday. Sam, keep pushing. You're doing something you enjoy. It brings you joy, and you can see it. As I told you yesterday in the videos, you just keep it up. Do not stop that, brother. Mm-hmm. When you're doing something you love, don't stop.
No.
Also, Rhiannon, there's a couple of awesome people I want to mention out there. That my buddy, who I've mentioned before, out in Canada, Mr. Ryan Brochu. Mm-hmm. He's in charge of Daddy's Fight Canada, parental support site. He has quite a few followers there and people on that page. And Ryan is a staunch supporter of the show, and he's been looking, actually, for the past couple of weeks. He'll message me, hey, I'm looking for a show. And I want to mention somebody else close to Ryan. Ryan's father, Norm Brochu, who is also a big fan of the show. I'm really flattered to say. And Ryan told me that, and how flattering is this, Rhiannon? When we do shows on Saturday, Ryan and his father wake up on Sundays and watch our shows.
Aww, that's awesome.
Yeah, and when they weren't around, when the shows weren't around, they were bombing.
Oh, man. That's so cool.
It is. It's very flattering. And so I definitely told Ryan I would give Pete and his dad, Norm, big shout-outs. And we love you guys. And thank you. And Ryan knows, too, how I feel. I've known Ryan for about 5 or 6 years now. Mm-hmm. One of the coolest guys. Loves what we do. Loves horror. Loves all that stuff. Is pretty knowledgeable. And he's a really good guy. He's a man's man. His dad and he are very tight. And just good people and supportive. We're just blessed again.
Mm-hmm.
So again, my man Ryan Boshu, Daddy's fighting his dad Norm. We
That's
love
so
it. Keep
cool.
watching. Yeah, because we're going to keep growing. And you're going to, finally, this Sunday, you're going to get, this Saturday, Ryan. Saturday.
Yeah.
See, it's been so long, I lost kind of Saturday, but they can wake up Sunday.
They'll see it Sunday.
And watch the show. And let's so excited he looks for it Saturday night, which he might.
It's like Saturday morning cartoons. That's so cool.
That's what I was thinking of. Have your cereal.
Yeah.
Like right up to your face and let the milk spill out.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was pretty awesome, and I love Ryan. And I told him I was excited to give Norm a shout out. I just love his name too, Norm Brochu. He just sounds like a dad,
Yeah, he sounds like a dad.
We're officially adopting Norm Brochu as Sinister Parlor podcast show father.
Yes.
So there you go, Mr. Brochu. You are now an official. We're going to start making people. We're going to start doing so much stuff this year, Rita.
Yeah, we have some big plans. Mm-hmm.
We're broadening the show in a wonderful way. We're becoming even more us. We're going to stick with the same, obviously, platform we do, but we're going to broaden out a little bit. Maybe do some contests. Yeah. Maybe some call-in, different surprises, things that are a little bit edgy, race, make people a little uncomfortable, laugh. Again, we're going to push those limits and kick some ass. And again, as I said to you privately, Rhiannon, the more us we are, the better we'll be. And we're just going to keep growing in that way. And it's such a wonderful, just a explosion. It's continuing.
Yeah. Well, and even like when we do the show and stuff, if like how you're saying, we never let each other fall. If I'm having a full-blown fucking anxiety attack, your ass is right there picking up on it and knowing.
Yeah, absolutely, my friend. I love you. I love you. Absolutely. Too. Yeah, and you know what? And people wouldn't know it, would they?
Mm-hmm. I was like, oh my God.
And that's what it is. That's the other thing, too, that we've learned, too, is what we always said to you. Everything is part of the show, so there's no fuck-ups. That's why we never stress it. Rhiannon's knocked things over. It's all part of it is because reality, that's what things happen in life. And that's what the most comical things are, the ones that are impromptu sort of things that you didn't plan.
Yeah.
Those sort of spontaneous things are what make everything. So
dogs barking, books falling.
Oh, yeah.
Like all kinds of
My mother-in-law waving goodbye. She's gone now. But, things, but that's just part of what makes it authentic.
We're like, bye, Mom, but look at her earrings.
Yeah. I was looking at my ear, but with the glare, I was like,
what is that?
What is she showing me? Yeah, my mother-in-law knows the relationship you and I have too, as my wife does, and my everyone. And they love it because they know how close we are and what genuine friends are. And they really, as you know, care about you too. And my mother-in-law, fan of your books too, and things like that. And she said, "Do you think Rhiannon would like these?" And,
yeah.
I said, "Oh yeah, definitely." So and Allie's like, "Oh yeah, send her those," because she had a pair too. So off they went.
That was so amazing, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's here!"
Yeah. We are not just friends; we are part of each other's families, and you see that here.
Yeah.
A prime example, and we're both very lucky. Hell of a 2020.
Yeah.
2021. For everybody out there too, the people out there that might be suffering, the people that have from COVID or any other affliction or any sort of mental issue, keep watching the show. Case in point, you're going to see the show with Butch Patrick. I can tell you right up front, not only are we going to talk about what he's done, but you're going to find the show empowering, enlightening, motivating, and inspiring. I can promise you that. And knowing Mr. Patrick already, for the very short time I have, I can already see that's going to be the case. And we've got some other amazing people coming up on the show this year, Rhiannon, who are going to deliver some amazing stories, and some people in the entertainment business that are name brands and well known, and some that aren't as much, and people that are up and coming, and people that have been there for a while. And again, we're equal opportunity horrors.
Yes.
And so we're gonna do it all. Thank you again. I love you. And to the people out there, keep pushing. It ain't over till you say it's over. Rhiannon, 2021, here we fucking come, dude.
Oh, hell yeah. Yep, and one day, the whole new year. It's exciting. We got a lot of freaking plans. Okay, all my shit's probably going to fall, but I'm trying to grab this.
Because we mentioned it.
I know.
I felt like pushing the whole Christmas tree over and acting like it was an accident just for the effect. But
just kick it.
That's not organic.
How'd that happen?
Come running out. What the hell happened? The cat. She's sleeping in the chair. Well, yeah, that's what she did it and laughed at me and ran back in and laid down and went to sleep.
You should kick it over. This is how we fucking end 2020.
Yeah, break the fucking tray! Smash it. Yeah, start smashing everything.
Oh, God, that'd be funny.
So, yeah.
Allison, I'm sorry.
She comes running in. What's going on? People ran in, trashed the place, laughed at me, and ran out and said, Allie's going to kill you. Allie, do not let them win. Do not let them win because this is what they want. Do not get mad. Just help me clean it up and be thankful that I was not harmed.
All they trashed was the tree.
Right. It's weird, Bud, they only broke what seems to be my stuff. It seems like they left all yours like totally fine. That's weird. They must have something against women probably. That's what it probably is. See? It's my baby. I'm the best.
Something against
women. I tell you what, I'll let you use some of my stuff because all your stuff is broken. Yeah.
What's mine is yours.
Right. After this much time.
Oh, man. My cheeks hurt. Yeah. So, I'm excited. So
I'm
glad we're back, though. You know, it's been a break, but man, I'm ready to get back to it. You know.
Me too. It feels good, and I was psyched this morning because we were planning on recording yesterday, and then some things came up, and it's not even just as a feeling as we talked about. It's just something. There's a vibration.
Yeah.
You know, you and I don't have to get into it. We know what it is.
Yep. Totally.
But it worked perfectly today, and again. It was wonderful too because again we said last night is when I talked to Mr. Butch Patrick, so we had an opportunity to discuss that today, which we wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Had we done the show when we wanted to, and I've talked to some other friends as well over the past few days, and I've had some other people ask me, "Hey, what's up with the show? Everything cool with you and Rihanna?" Which always makes me laugh. Yeah. You never have to worry about anything being cool with Rihanna and I. It'll always be cool with you and I. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's generally always good stuff. It's just being busy. And Rihanna, I suppose that's a good problem to have.
It is good. Yeah, it's super good because, there's lots of shit coming up that I'm pretty excited about. In like a week, I'm going to be going on a writer's retreat with my producer, Scott Sanford, to work on the movie that we're going to be working on. So like right now we're in the process of looking for a few investors and stuff, and we're, some tweaks and changes, and we really just want to have that time to really just zone in on what we're doing. He's fucking incredible. He's become such a good friend, and he's just amazing and giving me like this awesome opportunity. So I'm super excited to do this. So it'll be really fun.
I'm excited.
Love you, Scott.
Love you, Scott.
Thank you for being you. You're amazing.
Yes, thank you for being you, because anyone Rihanna loves and says thank you for being you, they must be a decent person.
Yep.
So I love you too, Scott.
Yes. Scott's
and
amazing.
It's gonna yes, we're gonna have such an amazing year.
Mm-hmm.
And then another year, and then another year. We'll keep going. And until when, Rihanna? What do we always say? Till we decide to stop.
Exactly, which will probably be never, so.
We can't. We let each other talk too much.
And then if I happen to get like rich and famous from movies, you're coming up there with me, so,
Right. Yeah, and vice versa. So we're both, it doesn't matter whatever happens, we're going up together.
Hell yeah.
Ride or die, baby. We want to keep doing this and keep loving this. And no matter what, Rihanna and I could make $1 billion, and I can promise you we'll still be doing these shows because we enjoy each other's company and we have fun doing it. So as long as you folks out there keep loving it, even if you don't, we're still going to do it because, again, we like to hear each other talk and like to hear each other's voices. So if we weren't doing it for you folks, we'd probably be doing it without recording it and releasing it right now, just talking to each other anyway. So we figured if we're going to take the time, we might as well release it.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Right.
So, yeah. So with that ends our last show of 2020. We had started this show not even at the beginning of the year. So we've done so much in such a short amount of time that 2021, we have an entire year just to do awesome shit. So I'm excited.
I'm very excited, Rihanna. We started doing this show, believe it or not, in August.
Dang.
That's how much progress we made in a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
So, again, pretty amazing when you look at what we've done in that amount of time, which should show you, do the math, and you'll see what we're going to do in the future.
Yeah.
Or more momentum. So, Rihanna, in closing, thank you so much again to you, as always. I love you, my friend, kicking ass and taking names and kicking more ass and taking more names. To all the people I mentioned, all the guests we've had, again, thank you sincerely for joining us this past year. Stay safe. This upcoming year, we're going to have you all back on.
Yes.
To my wife, Allison, I love you, baby. As I said, thank you for being born to my two boys. I love you And to everybody out there, chins up, John Wandu, Chris Duran, all my family out there, my Brook Village crew from Nashville, New Hampshire, who are all over the world by the thousands. I love you. BBC 3074, baby. We love you. Everybody out there in Beantown, Boston, chins up, baby. Ain't over till you say it's over, Rhiannon. We're just getting warmed up, baby. Love ya.
Yeah. All right. I want to thank you, as always. I'm just so grateful and blessed that we are doing this together because, like I had said before, I just don't think I would have kept going because the energy is just so different with you. And I love it, and I couldn't do it without you. And I love you. I love your family, and I thank you so much. You're always right there. You're there when I need you. There if I'm happy, if I'm sad, if I'm pissed. You've seen me so pissed. It's like,
and vice versa.
Yep. You're just always there, and I love you so much for that. I want to thank My Indie Productions. They are incredible. So myindieproductions.com. They have Facebook, Instagram, website. They support all of us indie artists, actors, directors, producers, podcasts, just everything. They're incredible. And right now, Ty Guberman, he did some incredible movies, Ivy, Third Temple, and Dolphin. And they're starting to get him into these film festivals now. So definitely check that out. Show him support. Get the merchandise. They have merchandise now available to help with his next production, Revelation. Sorry if I messed it up. But help support them. They support us. And it's
Rhiannon, if I could, one of the nicest people in the world, Ty Guberman.
Yes.
I'll say behind the scenes, he's one of the sweetest people and so supportive. So again, as Rhiannon said, go out there and support a really genuine person who does so much for the show and for other people. Definitely go show him some support.
Yeah, he works his ass off by himself, so it's a lot, and just any support would help because he supports all of us. So check him out. Get to myindieproductions.com. Help him. Crazy Ink Publishing for publishing my books. I've got a lot of stuff going on right now. So I have 3 of them available now. I have where the hell's my camera? Broken Halo. I'm like, can't find my damn camera. Broken Halo Blood Curse. And releasing now, so it's available. Well, I think you can get the paperback now. Witch's Game. So it's the 3rd in the series trilogy. It's awesome. Again, it's like an indie type thing, so it's really hard to get that promotion and marketing out there. So any help would just be incredible. We are working on a box set called Possessed by Passion. If you go to the website, it'll show you all the available platforms to buy it on. It's Kobo, Amazon, Nook, iTunes, or not iTunes. What is it? Apple Books. So anything that you can read on, get it. You'll get 21 books on whatever platform you choose. 21 books, 99 cents. We are pushing this like crazy. We're trying to make USA Today best-selling list, and we need your help. So if you can order, that would be amazing. My friend is trying to my Diana Register is using my pictures to try help me promote. So she's what do you call it? If you're using my half naked pictures, if you buy this,
right.
You'll get this. So sex sells, so we're trying it. But
yeah, hey, well, we've always said that. I will say I got to thank you, Rand. Tell the people out there because my wife Allison, in reading over one of your newest books,
yes,
was all flush. She came out, was giving me the sexy eyes. She liked them. I was like, "Ooh, I got to tell Rhiannon, thank you." I'm like, "How is it?" She's like, "I'm like, woo." So I meant to mention, so you get to hear it live on the air, Rhiannon. When we're talking here, it works if you read Rhiannon's books. Nice. And we know Rhiannon, and it works for us.
All right.
She was walking from the kitchen, and I said, "Hey, how's it going?" And she said, "Good." And I'm paraphrasing. I'm at a pretty good part right now. What was it like a sex part? She's like, "Yeah." Yeah. I'm like, "Yeah, is it good?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Keep reading."
Oh, good. I'm glad it's good because I've never written that way before.
Yeah, it seemed to be. I have no complaints, and Allison was very happy with your writing.
Oh, good.
So, as I say, send over more books for her to proofread. Yeah. I'll be the first to get a hold of you for that.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
do it.
I'll be obsessive. Like, "Hey, Rhiannon, you written any more books lately?" You're like, but I just released one yesterday. I'm like, yeah, but
we need more.
Yeah, Allie proofread that like a month ago. It's old news. Like, I need something new.
I know.
Well, look, Allie and I are down for whatever.
That's good. That makes me feel so good because I was like, kind of like, oh, I don't know. I've never really written like this before. So that's great to know. Shout out to Billy Blair, who is an incredible actor. And he is in a band called LSD, Love Sick Drug. Check them out. They just recorded their entire album, I believe, like 2 weekends ago. And I got to go down to Texas and film a video with him. So that should be out soon. So look for that. It's going to be really fucking cool. So wait.
Yes. I'm excited for that. I've heard about that. That sounds like it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm so excited for that. Chris Atella for doing our outro and outro music for iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts. I don't even think it's Google Podcasts anymore. I think it's like YouTube, Google YouTube.
They change all that stuff so much, I can't keep up.
Yeah, but thank you, Chris Atella. Johnny Ellenberger for doing our logo and our intro music and the whole entire intro. He's fucking amazing, awesome, great friend of mine. Also check out one of our supporters and fellow podcaster, Horror with Sir Sturdy. So check him out. He's a badass, awesome, huge supporter. And with that, I am done.
Yes, and speaking of Sir Sturdy, as you said, go check out, he just interviewed CJ Graham, Friday 50 Part 6. Jason from Friday 6, go check out his Christmas show.
Yeah.
He released that, was very excited about it, as he should be.
Yeah, hell yeah.
CJ Graham is awesome, and so we're proud of Sir Sturdy. Go check him out. And he's a big supporter, as Rihanna said, and we are a big supporter of him and everybody that's doing positive things from their heart.
Yes. Yep. All right, so we will see you all in 2021.
Love you guys.
Bye.